Welcome into the live stream here from McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal. That's Tyler.
What it is, sir.
How are you, sir? A little busy Thursday
Busy.
afternoon for both of us. I've got about 3-4 things in the air right now. It'll be a quick show, but we'll get some stuff to you here over the course of the next hour or so. A show that's brought to you every day by Rain Total Body Fuel. We'll tell you about them and our other sponsors here momentarily. Let's see. We got some. We're going to talk some Hugh Freeze, some Ole Miss, some John Mateer, some Michigan, some Big 12.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
A little bit of those things. So we'll get rolling here in a second. You about ready to roll?
Let's do it. Let's crank her off. No diddy.
Welcome into episode 299 of McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal McCready. That's Tyler Siskey here on this Thursday afternoon, August the 14th. Hopefully everybody's having a great week out there. Good to have you with us. Just scrambling a little. I got Pete Golding. I talked to Pete Golding today. So I'm writing Pete Golding for the second time today. A little
this.
Pete Golding, really good in media settings. Really good in
He's
media.
a good football coach.
Really good in media settings. This show brought to you each and every show by our friends at Rain Total Body Fuel. 300 milligrams natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, zero sugar. It's got what you need to push the limits and achieve your goals. Check them out on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel to learn more. I was just looking at the TV. A friend of the podcast network, Taylor McGregor, part of the Chicago Cubs broadcast crew, part of ESPN's crew. I got to talk to Taylor, and she was on the show last year, and then I talked to her at the Gator Bowl. Really nice person.
Let's go, Cubbies. Neal, I'm rocking with the Harvest Grape, one of your favorites. Rocking with the Harvest Grape today, and I don't know. I felt like I needed a little grape in my life today, so I went with the Harvest Grape Rainstorm today. Neal, the Cooper Chevrolet chat is already bumping, and don't forget, through the end of the month, you can save up to $14,500 off these Chevy Silverado pickups when you take advantage of the trade down and payment assistance. That's over 19% below MSRP. And just announced, you can get into any new Hyundai Santa Fe SUV or Santa Fe hybrid at Cooper Hyundai. And guess what? No payments for 90 days and 0% APR. So check them out at cooperhyundai.com or give them a call at area code 256-236-4481. As always, we're brought to you by the official RV dealer of McCready and Siskey, County Line Campers. County Line Campers right there off I-10, exit 38 in Gulfport, Mississippi. And if you are a Forest River fan, that's right, Forest River is having a great getaway sales event at County Line Campers in Gulfport going down for the entire month of August. They're so excited to get you camping that they're throwing money at your next RV. And if you want, hey, you know what? I want a pre-loved RV. They got those too. If you need a brand new RV, they got 100 of them brand new right there on the lot. And guess what? They can get you in them for under $400 a month. They will take care of you there at County Line Campers. So go check them out at countylinecampers.com and make sure you see Miss Destiny's videos on all of the walkthroughs and all that stuff of their inventory on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Neal, we talked about a little bit before we got started. We're brought to you by Prime. That's Prym. And if you're serious about your health, but you don't have time to go to the doctor's visit or get confusing lab reports, listen up, because I got one at home. The wife's fisting to do it to me. No diddy. She's fisting to do it to me soon. She has a nursing background. She will make sure I do this thing properly. But Prime is a modern at-home lab testing that puts you in control. You can order your kit at getprime.com. That's GETPRYM.com. And you can get a sample. It doesn't matter if you're looking for, hey, you know what? I need to check my metabolism. I need to check when my hormones are out. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. If you're listening to us and you need to get checked, go to getprime.com. That's GETPRYM.com and enter the code MPW. That's right, MPW. It gets you 20% off right there in the checkout line. So go check our friends out there at getprime.com. How about that?
How about that?
How about that? All right, let's get this thing going. Had a lot go on since our last show, Neal. A lot go on in the world. I wanted to give a personal shout out to the University of Mississippi.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's the housing department. I don't know who's in charge of this, but whoever. So I guarantee you there's somebody listening that will get this message in the correct place.
Okay.
Big shout out. So first child I've ever moved into college.
Yep.
He's living in the dorm on campus as they do as freshmen here.
Okay.
At Ole Miss. And
he moved in yesterday?
Moved in Tuesday.
Okay.
So he had a move-in time of like noon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we get up, make sure we get everything packed and put away. And so we had 2 vehicles, had his and my truck.
Right.
And his time was at noon. And so if you're familiar with the Oxford area, they had a staging area where you checked in, which was in the mall parking lot, the old mall parking lot where the movie theater still is. One of the old movie theaters is still there.
Yes.
And so they had this whole parking lot taken up.
That's where he got his keys and his parking passes. And
I don't know. I think he already had that.
Okay.
So we literally get there, and we get there at 11:30. And they're like, hey, you're a little bit early. Go park with these people over here and wait till 11:45. It's like, cool. 11:45 rolls around. They start organizing us in 3 lines, about 20 cars deep in 3 lines. Then they take they get with a grease pen. They get your room number, your dorm, and your check-in time, and how many vehicles you have. And then they guide you on campus, and you go right by the president's house up there by Willie Price, and it splits. And they're like, "Hey, dorms 1, 2, 3 over here, whatever the other dorms are over here." And brother, they pull you up behind some buildings, and they got these cones all the way down this long parking lot, and they pull you around. And you stop, and there's like 200 people out there with bright yellow workers. And this lady's running the show like Chick-fil-A at lunchtime. Man.
Oh yeah.
She's like, "Hey, team 1, team 2, team 3, team 4." Neal, they came to the car. They got everything out of the truck, like furniture, the whole deal, everything out of the truck, everything out of his car, everything that belonged to him out of the car and labeled in less than 2 minutes. And I said, I don't even know where to go. I was like, what do we, and I kind of worked there for 7 years. I didn't know what part of campus I was on. Shout out to the on-campus recruiting. I didn't know where I was at, but they were like, hey, go to the parking garage, park your car, go to your room. I'm thinking we're going to get there and have to wait. No, sir. They put them in like these wheeled bin deals. Everything.
Oh, yeah.
Neal, by the time I parked my truck and walked to the room, his stuff was sitting in his room. And his roommates. It was all in the room. It was just there. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm talking about they ran that thing like a Chick-fil-A would be jealous at lunchtime.
It's kind of how you have to do it.
I was, thoroughly impressed. Yeah, hats off.
We've done three move-ins now, and
they did that at Arkansas?
It's pretty close.
Very similar?
Yeah, very similar. They have the staging thing at Baum Walker, the baseball stadium. And then they've got you path to where you go. You pull in, you have this time, you have 30 minutes to get unloaded, but they've got people that we were unloaded in 10 minutes. I was
like, hey, I was just, I was really waking up thinking I was going to need back surgery when I left there. No, sir.
Now, with boys, Carson, it was a lot easier to move in. With the girls, it was a lot more.
I couldn't imagine.
It was a lot more complicated.
That's a whole different. That's a whole different podcast. This is a whole different podcast. The good Lord knew what He was doing when He gifted the 3-time world champ with 3 boys. The good Lord knew what He was doing. I probably would be incarcerated at this point in time. After I was like, there's no way that if I had a daughter, we'd have to have. There'd be. I don't know how y'all do it. God bless you, Neal. God bless you, Neal.
In some ways, girls are easier than boys.
God bless you, Neal.
Girls communicate more than boys.
They do. Now,
lots more.
My son's been good. I text him, check his day out. Everything's good.
Yeah.
So there we go.
That's good.
All right, let's get in some football. Yeah. You want to get some football?
We haven't heard from Carson, and Elara told one of the girls that last night on the phone. I can't remember. We had not talked to him, and suddenly we got a text from him today going, hey, can y'all take a call today? And I'm like, damn it.
Somebody snitched.
Somebody guilted.
I did tell Jackson before he left. I was like, look, I don't, we went over the rules that I had for him. And I gave him very few, but I'm not going to tell them on here.
Yeah.
But you would give them to anybody. But one of the rules I said is, hey, look, do you mind make sure you keep in contact and call your mom?
Yeah. Well, I told Carson the same thing, but I think time gets away from you in your first few days of college.
It does. All right. Let's get some football. So I guess this happened, I think, Monday night after we got done taping. A lot of John Mateer drama about his Venmo.
Yeah. And this is the stupidest story ever.
it's amazing to me the legs, and I've had to explain. I'll just give you my point, and I actually said this on your board at some point in time this week. Do I think that it was very bad timing on his part about him putting what he put the day after the game? All that being said, there's absolutely nothing going to come of this, because in the event that there was anything wrong with what he did, there's no way they're going to be able to prove it. One. Two is by the time any investigation takes place and any punishment takes place, my man's going to be playing for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do? So I think I would be very shocked if anything ever comes of that. So, yeah, it is what it is. But that was a very interesting thing, seeing somebody, his Venmo, and that turned into a whole night of memes of people getting on people's Venmos.
Well, I mean,
stuff up.
I make jokes on Venmo all the time. I mean, it's kind of like one of those things where you have to say what it's for, and you typically don't really want to necessarily say what it's for, because the answer is it's none of your damn business.
And so you have fun with it.
And so you have fun with it. Like, I'll say drugs, sex.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just be silly. I mean, obviously, come on.
Who'd you send that Venmo to?
Oh, I mean, I've Venmo'd Laura before.
Just make sure you don't send it. If you do the babysitter, don't put that on there. I would not advise you.
Yeah. I mean, but I've said drugs.
As your friend.
Yeah. I mean, said all sorts of stuff. So the fact that he says sports gambling, does that mean he definitely sports gambled? I don't know. But the number of it's my field again. It's just, it's two things. It's fans that are like, ooh, could we get the Oklahoma quarterback suspended? I mean, do you really want to win that bad? Do you really want to win that bad? I kind of wonder. I think the answer is yes. And then it's
well, they don't care now.
And then it's my field. We must dig into this. This is hardcore. He wrote. Because I mean, listen. If there's ever been a field that everything they write is true, it's the media. So you can see how they would think if John Mateer writes sports gambling that he was definitely sports gambling.
I take the media for 100% truth.
Absolutely. Just look at COVID.
When was that? What year was that?
2020.
Oh, 2020.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Okay, I was just checking.
Mask up, everyone.
That's like my go-to hanging curve with you, by the way. If I ever need to get you riled up, I'll just bring it back to 2020.
That's all you gotta do.
It's like my go-to hanging curve. And you just
prime
and
year.
You just load up and just
prime year for the media, boy.
All right. So here's the other one. I didn't realize. I kind of got this happened a little bit today. I saw it. I laughed because I understand the whole thing. It's this Hugh Freeze play calling thing has gotten, not just in Mississippi, which it was a thing like a day ago on your board, but today, for whatever reason, in the state of Alabama, it's got everybody. I'm talking about bent up out of shape. And so, all right, so
you're not going to try to explain this away.
No.
Okay, good. Because this is Hugh,
I know the truth.
Right, but this is Hugh doing self-damage to Hugh again.
So here's how I explained it to a friend of mine who asked me about it that's in the media. And I said, look, here's two things. And I'm going to break this down really quick. Hugh, right now, it's very evident. I mean, you have to be under a rock somewhere. The fans, and he has no leadway right now. Mm-hmm. Every single thing that he does is going to get over scrutinized, but he makes himself an easy target.
1,000%.
Okay? So, and at this particular one, he didn't even say it. It came from another interview.
And now he's at a place where you're not going to get the same grace from the media. The truth is, the media here, for the most part, was really nice to him. I mean, even after the summer of 2016, 17, 16, when he threw me completely under the bus. I mean, I just took it. I never wrote about it. I never really talked about it. Took literal hell for it. Never said anything. Most people in Alabama would have lit him up on fire. Like, someone would have made that personal there. And that's what he's running into now. Listen, it's a big beat. It's a competitive beat. And some people smell some blood. Not saying there's blood, but they think there's blood.
Yeah. I will tell you the truth of what actually happens. I understand why Derek said what he did to the media, which is get all this started. There's this thing called contracts and buyouts, okay, and legal issues that things have to be said sometimes, okay? So that's why it was said. I don't think they expected it to be blow up like this. It did. But everything, my point was, and this was the point I made to my friend today. I said, like, look, bottom line, everything Hugh is doing right now is being scrutinized. Last month, it was his golf game. Now it's this. Next month, it's going to be something else. Bottom line, go win. You either win or you're not.
No doubt.
Either you're going to win or you're not.
No doubt.
So it's either going to all go away.
Yes.
Or it's going to get worse.
Or it's all going to go away.
Yeah.
It's all going away.
It's either going to go away one way or the other, right?
It's all going away one way or the other.
Right. So
yes.
Just win, right? So at the end of the day, Hugh is somebody who has worked for Hugh and been on the headset for 3 years and coached a position for him, both as a coordinator and as a head coach. This is what happens, and this is how we prepare. Everybody has a certain section of the game plan that you're quote unquote in charge of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it could be, hey, you're going to do. I did passing game. Okay, when our breakup, we had somebody that did what we call P and 10 plays or first down open field possession plays, which is what he's saying about Derek. Okay,
right.
And then you would have short yardage goal line. And so, like, I remember Mo, he coached our tight ends. He did 12 personnel, short yardage goal line, and coming out. Okay, like that was his responsibility. We all come together. Okay, and the guy that calls the plays is a guy named Hugh Freeze.
Yes,
and he goes. And he will also be involved in those conversations and be like, yes, no, yes, no. Just let everybody know. Nothing goes on that game plan without him going yes or no. And then even in this situation, he will get to a point where he trusts somebody, and he does. He trusts Derek's been in offense for a long time.
Sure.
Hugh will get, as a head coach, he will go and like coach, not coach, but go talk the defense for whatever. He may miss one play. Maybe. Very rarely, because he gets in that mode, and I don't know if he even knows what the defense is doing half the time. He gets in that mode, and I would venture to say, of the course of the season, that someone else will call a play 5 times. Now, you're going to play, if you play Tennessee, Chattanooga State, Alaska State University, yeah, he may let you call a bit more. He's always done that. But there was probably some things that were said contractually that just at this point, but I get it. I understand it. But he's going to call the offense.
Of course he is.
And so now here's what's going to happen.
Unless it goes bad.
This is where this
Unless
right here
it goes
is bad. This is why this is bad.
Yes.
Because in the first time that he goes, he does anything to quote unquote throw anybody to the bus, this tweet or whatever that statement is going to come just raining down receipts.
Oh,
I'm going to be like,
or when they score on a big first down play, and someone says that was that Derek's call,
yes.
he will be unable to go. No, that was Derek's call, great call. He's good. So no, we drew that one up. We worked on that one all week in practice. That was and then immediately it's like, okay, well, so and then on the second down where there's a turnover, he's going to throw the quarterback under the bus. Look, this deal, I've been saying this for months, okay? And I'm not anti-Auburn. I'm not anti-Hugh, whatever. I've told people I have every reason in the world to personally dislike Hugh, and I like him fine. But this one of two things is going to happen, and we're going to know early because they play a game. They play a game at Baylor.
Yes.
And they play a game at Oklahoma.
Yes, big game. And Texas A&M. And come home to host.
Oh, can you imagine losing your first major league hit to that? That's Owen Cassie's first major league at bat.
I didn't see the end of it. I saw a guy diving.
He hit that ball into the left center field gap.
Somebody made a play.
That was going to be a double or triple. They're either going to win those games. Here it is on replay. They're either going to win those games or they're going to lose those games. And if they win them, all of this stuff's going to go away. And if they lose them, all of this stuff is going to
come right back.
Well, no, it's going to get bigger.
Yeah,
and it's going to be insurmountable.
So
I'm telling you, you will know. It's why when we do the thing, and we do it all the time, and we'll always do it, and everyone does it, and there's nothing wrong with it. But when we do the whole WL before the season, what you don't factor in is the emotion because you can't. It's like practicing for the playoffs in it's like trying to say in like let's say you got football practice in August, and you're like, hey, this is the Egg Bowl, the Iron Bowl, the Ohio State Michigan game. This play, you can't simulate that because the crowd's not there, the other team's not there, the uniforms. You can't simulate. You can try, but what you can't do here is you can't simulate the pressure that's coming. And if they get off to a bad start, this thing's over.
I will say this too, and I really believe this. Auburn's biggest opponent right now is not anybody they play. Auburn's biggest opponent is and it's coaches, it's team, it's the whole deal. They're going, because this is already not going in the right direction from a social media fan standpoint. They're looking for reasons. Look, Auburn's not going undefeated, Neal.
No.
Okay.
No one is.
But it doesn't matter who the team is or when it is.
Right.
Because it's going to happen. Whenever they could be undefeated playing Georgia and get beat by 1 point. It's coming. Yeah. All the golf, all the stuff is coming back up. Yeah. It's coming back up at some point in time this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we all agree with that?
Yeah.
At some point in time.
Possibly could 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Right? Could be week 1. It's coming up. I do think they have a good team. Their success this year, and I'm a firm believer in this, Auburn's success this year is going to depend on how good the coaches and the players can turn this motherfucker off.
Oh, yeah. Well,
if they can stay within, I've seen it happen in teams though. It's not like it's unheard of. Okay. If you can block shit out, there's a guy that's like, it's got statues in there in Tuscaloosa. Really fucking good.
I get that. And hey, to that point,
it can't happen.
There's a difference though there's a discipline that's required for that.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. That's going to be the biggest opponent they have all year is themselves. If they can stay together and just play football, I think they will be a good team. If it starts coming down on them, it could go bad in a hurry. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Crash, do I think Auburn would come after Kiffin?
No,
I don't. And yes, I think he would say no again. No, that's not.
Lane's not going anywhere but to the NFL.
That's a really.
I believe that.
Lane probably knew it in 22 because there were some people that told him. But Lane,
maybe Texas, but that ain't happening.
Lane knows that's a bad fit for him. Yeah. Bad fit for him. I mean, we can do this. I'll do this quickly. There's a Venn diagram of.
What is a Venn diagram?
Circles interlap.
Okay, yeah.
There's a Venn diagram of overlap of schools that would hire Lane Kiffin, give him everything that he wants, and schools that he would go to. And that Venn diagram 3 years ago was it had some size to it. It's really small now. I mean, it's a crescent moon. I mean, it's Texas, it's Alabama, and then you get into the debate about whether those schools would do all the stuff. Lane gets everything he wants at Ole Miss. He does. I mean, listen, this is not a criticism.
100%.
Lane gets everything he wants, and I was on a show. I was on a show this morning where it was in Arkansas. It was Bo and Chuck, the big show in Northwest Arkansas. Two really nice guys, and he was like, "Hey, at the end of the year, it happens every year." And my answer was, I don't know where's he going to go. He's making 9+. He's moved his family here.
All of them, with the exception of the one daughter who's playing volleyball at SC. So they're all here. He's gotten everything he wants. People have been good to him. He's winning. He's been able to recruit the portal. I mean, are there better jobs than Ole Miss? Yes, of course. Texas is a better job than Ole Miss. Alabama's a better job than Ole Miss. He'd take that one.
Yeah, of course he would take Alabama, but I'm not sure Alabama's taking him.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
More than fair.
Not yet, anyway. And Kalen DeBoer's not going anywhere anytime soon. So when people do this whole thing, is there a world where Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss? Sure. Is it a really slim world? Yes.
Yeah.
It's become a media narrative that everyone just bangs the drum because they're used to banging it.
Somebody asked me about Lane leaving. I don't remember what job it was. My deal is like Lane Kiffin has so much equity at this university right now. Look, the only person that's getting Lane Kiffin fired here
Is Lane.
Yeah. Like there's no
Yeah.
amounts of losses.
He's won. Look at the winning.
I mean, only person, he's got years of equity.
Oh yeah.
So and gets everything he wants. So
literally.
like
literally. I mean, no, he's not. He's just not going anywhere.
NFL Texas. I mean, yeah, but like again, what you said, what do you call it? Venn
diagram.
Not many on the.
It's just really small
in the shaded area. All right, tomorrow. I know this. I was like shocked. I was like, holy shit. Tomorrow, Michigan has been notified that the NCAA will publicly release the final sanctions for the Michigan football program.
Death.
I did not. And shout out to the NCAA. In true NCAA fashion, we're going to release the NCAA sanctions. When can we hurt them the most? Oh, right. A week before the season starts. Let's do that because there's nothing else to talk about.
So vindictive.
And so we know McCready and Siskey is going to talk about it. So everybody's going to talk about their stuff, right? All right.
So vindictive.
I mean, I'm just call me shocked. Now, you're telling me that they didn't know what they were going to do in July.
Oh, they've known for months, maybe years. They may have known for a year what the penalty's going to be.
It's great.
And it's going
shout out to NCAA. Hope you guys are doing well.
It's going to be minor.
Here's the deal. Y'all know this makes people mad, and I understand that. I'm going to be in the minority here. Y'all can all yell at me right now. I am really against, shocker, a lot of the ways the penalties go down. I believe the people involved, if you do whatever the show calls, or they lost their jobs or they're not there anymore. I don't believe in punishing players and coaches that had nothing to do with the crime.
Yeah.
You got some guy at this pace. You got some kid that's probably 12 years old that's on at the time who's now playing football at Michigan who is going to have to pay consequences for somebody's actions that happened when he was 12 years old. I don't believe in that.
Do you actually think there are going to be consequences here?
I don't know. I actually have no idea. I'm curious.
What would they even be able to do at this point?
In the past, I think there would be.
Yeah.
In the new world that we're in now and really don't have any teeth, I'm curious because this is like the first real serious football thing. Like the Arizona State thing from a few years ago before Kenny Dillingham got the job, that previous staff, what they did was egregious during COVID. And that thing kind of went away. Like, when was the last time you even talked about that? I mean, you had an assistant coach that used his own credit card to fly someone.
Yeah.
I mean, dude.
Did they wear a mask?
Dude. I mean, come on. There's a whole thing there.
Did they wear masks inside the building? I hope so. My God.
So. But so that thing kind of went away. I'm curious because here's the difference. This is why I'm curious. I think the Arizona State thing kind of slowly went away because they didn't challenge the NCAA. What I'm interested in is basically Michigan has spent the better part of 3 or 4 years now telling the NCAA to kick rocks. So I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I have no idea.
What I'm curious about is if let's say they decided, hey, we want to really drop the hammer. What does that even look like? Is it scholarships? Is it rev share?
Well, scholarships is kind of useless at this point in time,
that's
right?
my point.
I think it would be a postseason ban. Not allowed, and that would.
That'll show.
Well, a postseason ban for a 12-team playoff team.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
a team that just won the national championship 2 years ago.
Yeah, but I mean,
that would hurt you in acquiring players.
If it's this year though. And it's just 1 year.
No, I mean,
there.
I think a hammer would be a 2-year ban.
Oh yeah, I don't think they can do that.
That would be hammering them.
Yeah, I don't think the Big Ten would stand for it.
But like Bryce Underwood, he's going to probably be their starting quarterback. Somebody say it's not, but whatever. He's gotten what? He's going to play because they spent a lot of money on him. I'll be curious. I mean, and then if you penalize a school, I just don't believe in penalizing people that were not involved. So that's my thing. I did, again, we've talked about this like a year or 2 years ago because this is so long ago. The head coach has in his contract that he can't be fired for any violations relating to this, and he was on the staff.
Yeah.
Good job with that agent.
That was smart.
Shout out.
Yeah.
And this is also, I'm going to end it with this.
Having a good agent matters.
Yeah. I'm also going to remind you, this is your friendly reminder, Neal, that Connor Stallions has been fired and filmed and released a documentary about this that premiered over a year ago.
I know. That's my point. It's just so stupid.
He's been fired. He has now filmed and released the documentary over a year ago, but now we're here. So curious there. All right. How about this? I don't know if you saw this. This was great. Rush Propst back in coaching. Rush Propst was named the interim head coach last night for the Coosa Christian Crusaders in Gadsden, Alabama. You know where Gadsden is?
I do. East Alabama.
Yeah, just north of Anniston.
Yeah.
God's country. Etowah County. Shout out Etowah County. Just north of Calhoun there. But he has been named the interim head coach. So Mark O'Brien was the head coach there. And they had some violations for playing illegal players, I guess, last year. He gets the Alabama High School Athletic Association gave them a postseason ban. They could not go to the playoffs. And then, so I guess they came to some kind of agreement. So they suspended the coach. And then the Alabama High School Athletic Association lifted the ban when they suspended the coach. So they they lift the ban, and now Rush is going to be the head coach because he was on the staff there. So shout out to Rush. I think Rush listens to the show.
Really?
Yes, because I cannot make this up. Shout out. What's up, Rush? Shout out. I don't know why, but I can't make this up.
Yeah.
I got the text message that he had been named the interim head coach.
Yeah.
This was like 5:30. I don't know, it was left afternoon. I go on Twitter to read about it, and in my first notification on Twitter was Coosa Christian Crusaders are now following me.
Oh, how about that?
How about that?
How about that?
What's up, Rush? Go get them. All right. So
my personal news. I had hoped that the Oklahoma City Thunder would have a home game the weekend that Ole Miss plays at OU.
I know. I've been listening to you. Talk to me.
Sometimes in life you get what you want, and sometimes, boys and girls, you don't.
No.
Nope. The Thunder on Saturday, the 25th, which is the day that Ole Miss plays at OU. The Thunder are in Atlanta.
Oh,
what a tough blow! What a tough blow.
That sucks.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
50-50. That's what the odds were.
That's about right.
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
They were going to play that night.
One or another
They were
place.
either going
50-50,
they were either going to play in Oklahoma City or somewhere else.
This or that is
Yeah.
50-50 by the old math, right?
Those were the odds.
Yeah. How about that
Yep.
shit?
How about
Look
that?
at that. That's pretty good. 50-50. All right. All right. Other football news. How about this? I don't know if you saw this. Tennessee is switching in 2026
Yeah.
to Adidas.
This is potentially a really interesting story.
Brother. All right. I felt like what's my man Mel Gibson in Conspiracy Theory? You know, when he's got all the stuff up on the boards and you're looking and things start coming together, like pieces start to come together.
Oh, yeah. You talking about National Treasure?
Oh, maybe it's National Treasure. I don't know. Whenever one of those, he's got all the stuff on the board and he starts putting pieces together and you're like, aha.
Yeah.
So I see this yesterday and I had this aha moment. So the news is Tennessee is switching from Nike to Adidas. Big time deal.
Yeah.
They're going Adidas is going to make Tennessee the flagship team of their brand, okay? Kind of like Notre Dame is with Under Armour, Nike is with Oregon. They're going to be the flagship Adidas school. Now, here was my aha moment. In passing, in one of our random March podcasts, we were talking about players getting NIL deals with brands, and we were talking about, I had talked to an agent, okay, that's in this space, and we were talking, and he mentioned a player that was getting an Adidas deal. Didn't know anything about it, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So I looked the player up. He's committed to another bigger school.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, I call somebody that was in their neck of the woods, and I was like, hey, y'all getting this kid, huh? I said, I wanted to know. I was like, hey, how are y'all getting this kid? Because all the gurus, crystal ball gurus, had him going to this school. So I called Quickie Client, called him, and I was like, hey, how are y'all a Nike school? I said, how are y'all getting? He said, he ain't coming here. He's going to go to Tennessee. He's getting Adidas money. I'm like, but Tennessee is a Nike school. And then I was like, I don't know. I said, he's going to go. He's getting Adidas money. Why is he getting Adidas money and going to Tennessee? And then when this hit, it all came together.
Yep.
That was known for a while, apparently, but we didn't know it. I'm sure they didn't draw this up overnight, but
no, I mean,
it all made sense.
That had leaked a little bit this summer. There were some people that had mentioned Tennessee was switching.
Yeah.
Because there are people that are really skeptical about whether Adidas will actually treat Tennessee the way that Oregon is treated by Nike, which of course makes sense because Phil Knight, who is Nike, is a huge Oregon guy. But look, this is the next big thing in all apparel deals, shoe deals. Everyone's going to go to if you've got any brand worthiness, you're going to hold these brands hostage and say, I got to have NIL money out of this.
Real NIL money,
because you'll be able to actually, I mean, no Deloitte or
you don't have to worry about it.
Go NIL or whatever it's called isn't gonna flag this.
No, it'll be
this is
real.
legit. Yeah, because you're gonna be wearing Nike or Adidas stuff.
It makes it easier for everybody.
Everybody.
Like I know,
but not every school has enough value for those.
Correct.
And that's where you're going to get into some interesting stuff where this could end up being a really big thing. I'm just going to throw fake numbers out because I don't know. Okay. So the following numbers are completely made up if you're aggregating.
That means, Cole, if you happen to make this a clip, make sure you put that in there.
Completely made up. But let's say Tennessee gets $50 million a year. They're not. But let's just say they are.
Okay.
And Vanderbilt can only get $5 million a year. Ball game. There's your ball game.
And it's real NIL.
There's your ball game. It's where
that's how you fudge the cap.
It's why it's why I sometimes I get why the collectives do it. When the collective's like, hey, if everybody would give us $15 a month, I'm like, it wouldn't hardly move the needle.
It really won't.
This is the thing.
It used
to, but this is the thing that moves the needle now is these big corporate kind of things.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, it's very so like J.J. Smith, right, at Ohio State. He's an Adidas guy playing at Ohio State. Now they'll go out and sign individual guys that are going to go to the NFL right now. But from a recruiting standpoint, I think this is where we're heading. And the other thing that I had to bring up to you because I know you're a big basketball guy, don't you find it semi-crazy that you remember the big basketball scandal? How many years ago was that when you had Will Wade in it at LSU about the shoes? And the people, I mean, the feds got involved.
Yeah.
And now they're like, yeah, we're just going, all good.
Yeah. No, I mean.
How do you think, was it Chuck Persons that got in trouble at Auburn with the feds?
He was one of the people.
Like, well, how do you think he feels reading this shit right now today? He's like, come on, guys, let me out.
It's one of the reasons you want a basketball team to put some money on in terms of stock down the road. It's NC State. Will Wade. And everything. Will Wade was just ahead of his time.
Ahead of his time. That's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. All right, Neal, do you know what? It's summertime. Did you know that?
I was well aware.
It's actually really hot as hell outside. But it's not as hot as it is at Kia of Meridian, where they have 1.9% on the 2025 Sorento and the Sportage. And if you need a new low payment and a great warranty, the Kia K4 has payments as low as $379 a month. With school fast approaching, which it's here, there's no better way to get your kids around than a brand new Kia Carnival. They have over 70 new vehicles in stock, or you can just come see them. They got used vehicles too. Give them a call, area code 601-483-6444, and Trav's going to take care of you. Trav is going to take care of you. And when you do that, you're going to say, Trav, pull it out, Trav. Pull it out, Trav. And let me spin the wheel. And win awesome prizes like a PS5, an Xbox, a TV, and more. So check them out at Kia of Meridian. Neal, as always, we're brought to you by the official RV dealer, McCready Siskey, County Line Campers, right there off I-10, exit 38 in Gulfport, Mississippi. September 15th, I will be speaking. That's a Monday. I'll be speaking in Gulfport. I'll be live on location, Neal.
Yep.
We'll be remote, but you'll be here. I'll be in there. I'll be live from County Line Campers on September the 15th. I already talked to Rob. We got it taken care of, ready to go. But look, football season's fast approaching. If you're an RV person and you're a person that takes your RVs to the games, or you go hang out with somebody that gets RVs, Go get your shit serviced and ready to go right there with our guys at County Line Campers. They got the fastest, the most economic, and most efficient way to get your stuff serviced right there at County Line Campers. If you know someone with an RV or wants an RV, they'll get you taken care of. Go see our friends at countylinecampers.com. And Neal, new sponsor this week, shout out to Thompson's Paint and Body Shop right there in Saraland, Alabama. All of our friends at Saraland, it doesn't matter where you're located. They're located at 703 Saraland Boulevard, just a few miles off I-65 and exit 13 there in Saraland. They have been a family-owned business for 35 years. It doesn't matter where you're at on the coast. You don't even have to be at the coast. They do it from Demopolis, South Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia. It don't matter. You want to be treated right. If you want to be treated right and you want good service and you want good people and you want to deal with good people that do good business, call our friends at Thompson's Paint and Body. They will take care of you. Their phone number is 251-675-0884. That's 251-675-0884. They are the most trusted family-owned place you can go to get your car taken care of. How about that?
Guys, if you're looking to get out of corporate America, you're looking for your next business venture, you're interested in buying a business or a franchise, my friend Andy Ludicky can help. He's a long-time franchise veteran. He'll work with you to help you find a franchise or a business that fits your DNA, your skill sets, your goals. He's an awesome guy. He loves to help other people. Just call him. You'll learn about his process. You'll learn about his services. It's 100% free. It's a no-brainer for those of you looking to get into business ownership. So give Andy a call. He'll walk you through the business step by step. He's got a ton of business experience to lean on through the process. It's Andy at myperfectfranchise.net or 404-973-9901. We're also brought to you by Parrish Brewing Company. Parrish, located in the heart of Cajun country in Broussard, Louisiana. Their simple goal is to make awesome craft brewed beer. They do it incredibly well. They've got a variety of beers, whatever you like. You like IPA? Try Dr. Juice. You'll love it. 6% ABV. Perfect for this time of year. You want something a little stronger, but not bitter. They got a double IPA, Ghost in the Machine. Absolutely fantastic. Envy, it's an American pale ale. They've got Pescador. It's a lager with a little hint of lime. Parrish Pilsner, which is just what it sounds like, an absolutely crisp, perfect Pilsner for a summer day. Whatever you're looking for, they've got it at Parrish Brewing Company. Wherever you look for beer, look for Parrish.
Hey, real quick, my man Trav is in the chat. He said we got to change that to 0%. They just got 0% at Kia of Meridian, and they'll let you spin the wheel. How about that?
How about that?
All right, a few more things. We got footballs flying tonight, but it's not exactly what you're thinking. I'm tuned in just for this. First of all, if you want to watch really good high school football, there's going to be a great game tonight. Buford is hosting Milton, Georgia tonight. I think they're on ESPN. They're either on the original or ESPN2 tonight. Buford opening up their brand new, Neal, $62 million stadium.
It's crazy.
Hey, I've said this. There are pockets that you go to around the country. That whole that region up there with Milton, Buford, Grayson, all those teams, like that is some of the best football played on high school football played on planet Earth. Like it's just different.
They have a better chance to win the Sun Belt than ULM does.
I mean, they're good. I remember my last year at Ole Miss when we signed Jeremy James and those guys, that class, Buford's entire starting 5 offensive line signed Power 5 scholarships in high school. They're starting 5.
Just incredible.
And Carter Cockwood, we signed him as well. He tore his ACL like the first game of the year that year.
Yep.
But they had their starting 5 signed Power 5. That's high school football. $62 million stadium tonight. I'm going to be tuned in just to check that out. I've seen the stuff on social media about the stadium, but it'll actually be the first game that actually means anything. The NFL will start tomorrow and move out through the weekend. No NFL games tonight. All right. I'm going to finish this up. We're going to finish talking about some teams that we aren't talking enough about. You know, we spend a lot of time obviously with the SEC and then the national picture. But there's some teams that after doing the TikToks and all that stuff and doing all the podcasts and other shows that I do throughout, there's a lot of teams I feel like we're leaving out and not really recognizing. I don't want to find an Arizona State that sneaks up on us week 10. In the Big Ten, the three teams that Penn State's going to get talked about, Ohio State, Michigan, and all that stuff. The teams that we're not talking about enough that I think have real shots this year, the Oregon Ducks. They're getting some love, and they're sneaky, really damn good. Like, they're sneaky elite. I think a lot of people are blowing over, no Diddy, the Ducks because of Moore. So for those that don't know, Moore was the starting quarterback at UCLA. He was probably the best freshman in that class. He played well at UCLA. Then he transfers to Oregon and sits out last year and was kind of, got a year of development. I think this kid's the real deal. I think Oregon's going to be really good. And I think that they probably don't get talked about enough in possibility of winning the Big Ten and moving on to the playoff and doing really, they do get some love, but I think they are an elite team that deserves that elite conversation.
Yeah. I just think people forget about them sometimes.
Because they're out on the left coast.
Yeah, for sure.
I think USC is going to be much improved to a point to where I think they're going to be a problem. I don't know if they can get to 10. Maybe they can, but I can see them getting to 9 and contending. I think they're going to be much better on defense. Offensively, I'm never going to downplay a Lincoln Riley offense. They're going to always be good. I think they're going to be good. And then here's one right here. My Nebraska Cornhuskers. You got Dylan Raiola in year 2, and last year they made the change to Dana Holgorsen. He's had a whole offseason with Dana. If he can cut down on, it was rookie mistakes, but he really forced a lot of balls, tried to force a lot of actions that created a lot of turnovers and negative plays. I think a whole nother year with Dana. The kid's talented now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A whole nother year. And I've said this. I got my few that I put in this. I think Matt Rule, if you said right now, Tyler, who's in the top 5 college head coaches? Okay. Matt Rule's always going to be in my top 5.
Okay.
I think he is one of the best college head coaches in the business. And he is a program builder. They're doing it the right way. They've got a plan. They stick to it. They're very organized. They're great coaches. I'm really looking I don't know how big of a jump they can make because it's the Big Ten. They got a decent schedule, but Nebraska's going to make some noise this year. And I just don't know how far it is. And then, of course, Illinois, we don't talk about enough. I didn't have him on the list, but I thought about it when I wrote this down. I think Illinois is going to be a team. But between, Oregon, you kind of expect it. But I wouldn't be surprised if, Illinois or Nebraska turns into this year's Indiana. Does that make sense? A team that –
well, a lot of people are kind of picking Illinois to be that team.
It just comes out of, that nobody's really talking about and that are really, rolling. All right.
Got a super chat. They want to know. They want to know your thoughts on Kansas getting a $300 million athletic gift.
Yeah, I haven't really seen what that all entails. I saw the report on social media. I haven't read enough about it. Look, at the end of the day, I think what it does allow them to do, and I was explaining this on the TikTok Live today.
It's Jackson Ray, by the way. Jackson, thank you for the super chat.
You know where I'm going with this. It's that time of the year. The people want everybody fired before the year starts. Every coach is in the hot seat. Everybody wants everybody fired. And I always say, look, guys, when you got to know their buyout.
Yeah.
This $20.5 million that the athletic department has to pay for rev share is a real thing. They're basically having to come up with a buyout. And you're having to hit, okay, let's say you want to fire your coach.
So Holden says $75 million is for the stadium and the rest of it is for programs.
Okay, so let's say you want to fire your coach, Neal.
Yep.
All right. The same people that have to hit up to pay that buyout are the same people you're having to hit up to help you get that rev share. And so it makes it that a little bit more difficult. I made the point. I was like, do you know how many SEC head coaches were fired last year?
None.
Do you know how many Big Ten coaches were fired last year?
Oh, is that just one?
Yeah. So It's a real thing, right? The buyouts are real things. So when you get a gift like this, it takes the pressure off the athletic department from having to go find that $20.5 million. It's going to allow them to grow in other areas. So I think it's great. Obviously, it's basically 15 years of rev share that they don't have to go raise.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's huge.
It's huge.
Sure.
It's a huge gift.
Sure.
ACC. Let me tell you two that I'm really high on that I'm not going to be surprised if they're there at the end. And one of these is probably going to shock you.
The one that I think you think is going to shock me is not.
Okay. One is the Louisville Cardinals.
Yeah, that one's not shocking, but that's not the one I'm referencing.
When you talk about head coaches that are underrated in this business, Brom is one of the best pure football coaches in college football. I mean, he is an offensive genius. He comes from the Bobby Petrino tree, okay? He is one of the best pure football coaches in America. The guy's won everywhere he's been. I mean, hell, he won at Purdue. That's when he went to Louisville. They got Miller Moss from USC, who is a extremely high floor quarterback. Like, he is this solid, and I'm so curious of what he looks like. Like, he could be a story. What does he look like with Jeff Brom? I'm a Jeff Brom. I'm a Brom Glazer. Okay, I think this guy's great.
Yeah.
And I think Louisville fans are in a good spot. The one that nobody talks about that I think is going to have something to say, whether they're going to beat somebody or it's going to be them themselves, is Georgia Tech. I think
we would be talking about them a little bit more if that overtime game had gone the other way last
Georgia,
year.
you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
Had they won that game?
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, we're talking about 2-point plays at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about had 1 2-point play gone different.
They're probably favorites with the media.
We're having a completely different conversation about the exact same team, same coaching staff, same culture. It took a while, but they've gotten there. They have a unique culture and then academically, they have one of those schools that is such that they're not going to be quite so
transactional.
Well, yeah, there's a word I'm looking for and I can't figure it out. But they're not going to be so hostage isn't the right word. They're not going to be so tied to the transfer portal where you're having to bring people in and you're losing a lot of people, because some of the people that will decide to go to Georgia Tech are deciding
education's a part of it.
Are deciding to go to Georgia Tech for reasons that go beyond, hey, there's a little better condo, there's a little more money. All those things still matter, but you can finish second in the bidding process and win the war at Georgia Tech, and then the kid gets there and he might stay because there is value. There is perceived and real value in that degree. They're a little immune to not all of, but some of the machinations of the portal.
Yeah, and look, what Brent Key's done there is remarkable. I mean, it was a tough job, and he didn't shy away from it. And look, we got to give our guy Jeff Collins a little shout out too now. Like, Jeff gets a bad rap sometimes from Georgia Tech fans. I mean, he had to rebuild from the triple option.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so, but Brent was on that staff. He kind of has continued it. They've done a hell of a job.
Gregory, thank you for the super chat. He says, y'all definitely sleeping on what Drink is building, referring to Eli Drinkwitz at Missouri, if Illinois isn't given enough respect.
No, I'll say that. So Missouri, for me, I think Missouri's going to be really good, really good on defense. Where my only questions, I think Missouri has a very favorable schedule.
Mm-hmm.
The only question I have is, where does the offensive explosive plays coming from? They lost a lot last year. Receiver, you lose your quarterback, you lose your running back. Now they got the portal guy, running back. Was it Hardy? Is that where he went?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ahmad Hardy.
And then they get Bo Perbula from Penn State, who was the running option. Now, with that being said, Eli's done it with all kinds of quarterbacks. He's going to find a way, but you're going to see a completely different looking team.
Yeah. My friend Gabe DeArmond had a I guess it was a YouTube thing, or maybe he wrote it. I can't remember. Basically saying that in terms of resumes over what they've done at the exact same time, and they both went to their schools at the same time, there's not a lot of difference between Eli Drinkwitz and Lane Kiffin. Kiffin gets the benefit of the doubt from media in a way that Eli Drinkwitz doesn't. Whether that's fair or not, that's for other people to determine. But in terms of wins and losses, where they've gone, how close they've gotten, they both had 11-2 seasons and won, Access Bowls a couple of years ago. I mean, they've both been, upper quartile of the SEC in terms of competitiveness over the last 4 or 5 years. I don't know why. I guess Missouri's just kind of For the longest time, I think the SEC screwed Missouri about putting them in the SEC East because there's nothing East about Missouri.
Plug and play.
But now that we're, I do think they get a little under-respected and underappreciated. But the good news is in this league, you're going to get a chance to prove it.
Yeah. And like I said, my only questions on them is where's their offensive playmaking ability come from?
Yeah.
All right. Last thing I want to talk about, I think we don't talk enough about, is I think you can make the argument in a national picture that the Big 12 will be the most competitive league from top to bottom. I mean, when you start really looking at rosters and you start looking at, I mean, I would even argue if you said, hey, Iowa State, Kansas State, Arizona State, Texas Tech, Baylor, Utah, TCU. I think all of those teams, I'm probably leaving out somebody. Like common sense, like if you look at rosters, common sense says, hey, Arizona State's got 17 players coming back from a team that went to the playoffs, shoo them in. And you go, wait a minute. Then you look at, it's easy to get to the top. Now they got to stay on top. They're not sneaking up on anybody. Like nobody even talked about Arizona State until week 10 last year.
Yeah.
They came out of nowhere. But then you look at Texas Tech. They have spent all the money in the world on a roster, and they have a great roster. But my deal with Texas Tech has always been and it's not a staff problem. I don't know what the deal is. For 40 years, Texas Tech has struggled winning away from Lubbock. Like that's the thing that they got to, if they want to get to the playoffs, that's one thing they got to get figured out. And it's every coach. It's not one coach. It's every coach. And then you can make arguments for all these people. So I think from top to bottom, I think if you say we have a surprise team, like comes out of nowhere, I wouldn't be shocked if it was the Big 12. John Huggins, appreciate the super chat. Who is more likely to go undefeated going into the Red River, Oklahoma or Texas? I think Oklahoma.
Yeah, because Texas has to play Ohio State.
Texas has to play Ohio State, and I think Florida first.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think if they got Florida at Florida before the Red River, I think I've looked at that before. I'm going to say Oklahoma has a better chance.
I'll say hot take, neither are undefeated when they play.
I'll say hot take, both of them are undefeated when they play.
Oh, wow. There you go. Well, congratulations to the Red River Shootout contestants. You are both undefeated in October.
All right. Last thing, I'm closing out here. I got a surprise. I didn't even tell you this before the show. I got a surprise competition update for you. So the yearly competition. So you said that you didn't want any strokes. And by the way, I liked your post that you tried to do your reverse psychology on me. You act like I blow you out every year. The last fucking year came down to the last game. So let's don't act like I blow you out and it's unfair.
I've never said it's unfair.
I'm never going to win.
I'm not going to win. I don't watch.
It came down to the last game.
I watch 1/25th as much football.
It doesn't matter. It came down to the last game.
But I didn't win.
Okay. But anyway.
The Pacers took it to game 7. We've got the damn title. They don't. So there.
Fair.
Thunder up.
Fair. All right. So after listening to the show the other day, we got another contestant. AJ is going to join us.
Okay.
And that way you have another chance to not be the loser. And
great. Just the former Alabama quarterback.
But let me explain to him too. I had to spend 15 minutes. He's going to get in on the competition. But I also had to spend 15 minutes explaining to him.
He is so bad with point spreads.
I had to explain it to him. He didn't know what the over-under was. He didn't know what money line was. He didn't know when somebody's minus or plus. You have a shot. I think AJ is going to do horribly.
Well, that's true. The part that I'm having a hard time, and this is some life advice.
Let's go.
This is life advice.
Let's go.
Life advice presented by Cole Walters State Farm Insurance, Cole licensed in auto, home, life, health, business, and pet insurance for the whole state of Georgia. Contact Cole at 706-525-7850. You can also find him online at colewaltersinsurance.com. It's a couple things I'm having to communicate to people when they volunteer ideas for this, which is great. There's all the ideas you want.
Some are being funny.
Some of them are trying to be funny, and some people are being serious and they're not getting the following. It has to create content
and keep people alive.
Well, so for me, the part that's non-negotiable on two fronts, I'm not going to do anything where I can get physically hurt. I'm not doing it. I don't care. I'm appreciative of the fact that so many people must think I'm younger than I am.
Hey, I'm not going to get you hurt, dog. Have I always taken care of you? Have I always taken care of you?
Yeah, but the police dog thing has a.
But did we do it? It was.
No, I wasn't going to do it.
It was a shtick. I would have done it though.
Yeah, I would not. So that's out. And then the other part that people like, oh, I mean, I live with a woman who does, she hates this. So you have to understand that. And so I'm not going to do anything where she's like, oh, so you're going to be humiliated in public and stuff. She hates that. So it's got people like, oh, you're no fun. I'm fun, but there are limits to what I'm willing to do in a competition that I go into it knowing and firmly believing that I have no chance of winning.
Have I always taken care of you?
Yes.
Do you think I'm going to start not taking care of you now?
But you understand my point.
But do you think today's the day I'm going to start not taking care of you?
I don't know, but
that hurts my soul.
Laura did not even like Talladega. So
did I take care of you?
You did.
Okay.
But our problem with Talladega was, and this is along those lines,
signal.
We couldn't get Wi-Fi out there, so we couldn't produce on-the-spot content.
What we needed to do.
And so, yeah, and so I'm like, that's a lesson for us moving forward in this, because we have a podcast that, yes, it's live streamed. We also have to get good audio. So there's
technical issues.
There are parameters that have to be in place if we're going to do something that makes sense.
All right, so somebody on your board had a good idea. I was going to run this by you, okay? This was actually a good idea. Would you, because I think this would be, for the show, I think it's gold, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking show. See, I think show first.
Okay.
And then my second thing is this going to break my man Neal's soul to do it? All right, so would you be open to you going to, if whoever loses, go to the haunted house and spend the night, and the winner gets to pick where they go?
Yeah. I mean, I would consider that, because that's content. As long as there's Wi-Fi and you can do something that's funny.
You can do all the research.
Yeah.
Like a haunted bed and breakfast, or they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Like I will out myself a little bit. I have a speaking engagement in November. Okay. It is in a very haunted city.
Okay.
And they said, hey, we'll bring you down here and put you up in a bed and breakfast for 2 days. I said, brother, I need to know, because I'll go in the Hyatt. It doesn't. I don't know if we need to do some research on the bed and breakfast at this place. But would you be open to going to being the person in the haunted house streaming?
Yeah, probably so.
Okay, because I think that would be
content. I already
gold.
live with the ghost.
You don't live with them kind. Or you that stuff doesn't bother you, does it?
Not really.
So let me ask you a question. We get into place and this thing, doors start slamming and shit. What are you gonna do? Probably see some shit fly across the room.
Probably think it's either a gag or it's pretty harmless.
Really?
Yeah.
What if you get scratched?
I mean, I doubt that happens.
Shit. All right. I think we can like, because I think it'd be gold content.
I mean, there's been a lot of people that are like, why don't y'all just run back not Alaska itself, but that style of trip. There's a lot of value to that, because we did a lot of podcasts from that. We were able to produce a lot of content from that.
The only issue we have with that is your schedule. I don't know what it's going like.
Yeah,
when we do it.
Well, I mean, for me, one way or the other, I'm not going to be able to do anything until college basketball season.
So it's all about scheduling.
Yeah. So it's spring.
And how long?
It's late spring, early summer. Yeah.
All right.
And the whole like the one guy was like, go to every SEC. I'm like, no, dude, it ain't that serious.
Grind said, just take your Bible, you'll be good. Hey, Grind, I don't. That stuff creeps me out. That creeps me out.
I would definitely take a Bible if I were going.
So you would come prepared.
Yeah.
So it does. You do.
No, but I would just be like, I'm gonna be proactive here.
See, what had happened was, but Neal, do you know what else has happened? It's summertime at Kia of Meridian, and guess what? And Trav was in the chat earlier, so he hit something in the chat. They now have 0. That's right. Kia of Meridian has 0%. This is from Trav in the chat. They have 0% APR. I'm assuming it's on all. Just go check them out. They got 0. If you need to get lower payments, go see. It doesn't matter what you want. You want a K4, you want a Sportage, and they got. I was hoping he was still in here. I don't know if he is or not. They had saw it on TikTok. Shout out, y'all need to go follow Kia Meridian TikTok. They do good videos. They got a brand new model that's coming in. Car's badass. They had They had a white one on there. It was sharp. It was sharp, Trav. But they got 0% there at Kia Meridian. And if you need low payments, go see them. Give them a call. Area code 601-483-6444. And right after you say, Trav, I want this K4 right here. I want 0% APR. Trav's going to say, guess what, boss? You got it, and you're going to get to spin the wheel and win awesome prizes like a PS4, an Xbox, a TV, and more. Trav, what was the new vehicle y'all had on TikTok? Hit that in the chat. So check them out at Kia of Meridian. We're also brought to you by Prime. That's right. If you need to get your hormones checked and hey, I don't want to go to the doctor. I'm embarrassed. I'm getting that age. I need to get my hormones checked. You're a guy. You need to get your testosterone checked. You need to check out what's going on with my metabolism. If you're a female and hey, I need to get my hormones checked so I'm not screaming at my husband all day, whatever it is, please, for us males, go to getprime.com. That's GETPRYM.com and check out what tests. They got all kinds of tests. So if you whatever you need to get checked out and you don't want to go to the doctor, go check that out. And when you check out, enter the code MPW. Guess what that's going to do, Neal?
I don't know.
It's going to give you 20% off.
How about that?
20% off.
That's a lot. That's a fifth.
That is a fifth of what you at your checkout. And they will send you a kit. I got mine at home. I'm fisting to do mine. You send it to them. They'll give you results. They'll get you taken care of and get you set up and right away and ready to go. And finally, Neal, we're brought to you by brand new sponsor this week, Thompson's. That's right. Thompson's Paint and Body Shop, located right there in Saraland, Alabama. They are a family-owned paint and body shop located right there in Saraland. You got Don Jr. and Matthew. That's who you're going to talk to. They're real people, the real family, and they take real pride in their work. I've got a chance to visit with Don several times over the last few weeks. Just awesome dude, awesome family, and just great people. They'll perform advanced internal scans on your car. They'll check out your warning lights, any issues you have. They will take care of you the right way. It doesn't matter, Neal. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter if you're located anywhere from Pensacola to Gulf Shores to Biloxi to Demopolis. It doesn't matter. Give them a call at area code 251-675-0884. You can check them out on Facebook at Thompson's Paint and Body Shop or their website, thompsonsbodyshop.com.
AJ with us on Monday?
AJ will be here Monday.
AJ with us on Monday. It'll be episode number 300 of McCready and Siskey. We'll have that for you on Monday afternoon. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody. Be safe out there. For Tyler, I'm Neal. We've been brought to you, I should say this, by Rain Total Body Fuel. Don't forget 300 milligrams natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, zero sugar. It's got what you need to push your limits and achieve your goals. Check them out on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel to learn more. See you Monday.